Okay, welcome to my series on C#.NET Nuggets. Okay, hopefully you will pick up some lesser known things and make your code better and cleaner. So today we are looking at the null conditional operator. So in the past, you may have had a class down here, right? You've got two classes. This class uses this class, right? This is just an example. Don't worry too much about this code, but we've got a response here and a response here, and this class uses a response, and the response is right here, okay? But that's not the point of this video. The point of this video is to show you that how you would check for nulls in the past. And don't worry too much about the coding, because what we're trying to show here is the null conditional operator. So, in the past you would do if my object not equal to null, and my object response, not equal to null, and you're finally checking is if perfect is equal to true, then you're doing your code, right? Well, there's a better way to do that now. So let's take this piece right here and rewrite it so it's better. And that's why we're doing this. We're going to get tight code that's better than what you've been writing. Okay, so just so you know, it does trickle down here. So it will check this first before checking this, and then before checking. And so if this were to be null, it's not going to check this or that. Get it? So it's going to do this and say, okay, it's not null, then try this. Okay, it's not null, and then it's going to drop and do this here and check that. That way it doesn't go all the way through it when you use these double ampersands. Okay, so how do we rewrite this? Well, guess what? You can do this much cleaner with a question mark. So now we have my object, my response, but you're checking that also, question mark. You can get rid of that with a null reference. So now, look at this line. Isn't this line much cleaner? And all you have to do is memorize when you see a question mark that's asking if not equal to null, then this, if not equal to null, then this. So let's test it out. So in my little class right here, return something, I wrote a way you can pass in a number, and if the number is greater than 1, it will return all good values. If it's less than 1, like a 0, then you'll get a null back, okay? So what we would expect if we got, I'm going to put a 0, we're going to get a null back, and we're going to test and see if this works. So if that's null, or that's null, and it's not going to do this, it's going to skip over. But does this new line work? Let's run it and see. Breakpoint. Now remember, I said 0, so this is going to be null. So we have a null object here. See? Everything is null here. It's going to hit this, and it's going to skip our step, and no problems are going to happen. All right, now the question is this going to work? Guess what? It worked. Now let's try the reverse, and we'll give it a number that's greater than. Remember that it's going to return something now and not be null. Let's run it. All right, now we have an object. All good. And let's see if it steps in, which it should. All right. Okay, so it wasn't equal to true. That's why is perfect is equal to perfect. That's why it checked if it was null, and it checked if it was not null, and then it checked if it was perfect. It wasn't, because it checked if it was true. It wasn't, because it's perfect. See the variable there? It's different than the true. So it drops down here, and it's going to do the same thing here, and it's going to skip over because we wrote true. Now let's try that again with perfect. Remember, this variable has the word perfect in it, not true. Now we try it again, and we should get, all right, it should step into the next line. All right, it's good. It met all those conditions. Not null, is perfect equal to perfect. But now let's see if our nice clean line, much shorter and easier to read, works. Oh, guess what? It worked perfectly. That's it. That's your nugget. Use the null conditional operator.